Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to go through stage 76 through to 100 of the Abyss stages within the Rift Odyssey event. Now we already have our team set up. This is the Valianters team, or it was supposed to be, but we were having a bit of fun with Wukong in the last video. So let's go ahead and make a Valianters team. Now, Valianters this season are, I would say, quite strong, especially with Elmer's ability, the seasonal ability. So if we have a look here, after taking action, there's a 50% chance to restore 30 HP. So every action is going to restore 30% HP for him. It's going to be, but it's quite redundant on Elmer, seems, unless he is the last man standing. But then we also have that on Atrops as well. So effectively, our entire team will. Where we go? Here we go. Our entire team will start to restore that HP over time. And what we want to do is we want to build a. Just a pure Valianters team. We can go with Leandra and Nyx. Leandra to give the shields. If you don't have Leandra, Victoria is still a very good option as well. So just something to keep in mind. And she does link up with Macaria very well because they do share the Monarch synergy. So let's go ahead and get this sorted out. We'll take you out, put Leandra back in. And then we'll choose our Valiant relics as well. So we can go with Death Scythe. We'll go with Crown. And we'll go with Knight's Edge as well. And we can jump straight in using this team build. Now, Valianters are found to be very good in PvP. They, especially with the addition of Elmer. Elmer has just been fantastic since release. He is one of a kind in this game, in the fact that he cannot die. A really, really powerful effect. And the fact that he taunts as well, really, really good. Really, really good. So we get the kill and we get the heal from Themis. Not Themis. We get the heal from Atrops as well. And our Knight's Edge will trigger. And Atrops to deal that final blow. So let's move on. And something that I did forget to do is quick deploy these relics. So we do have the actual Tenacity Shield, so we increase our attack by 300%. We do have the Undying Shield, as well as the Smasher as well. So dealing basic attack damage has chance to apply stun to the target. We also have the applying taunt, and speed increases as well. Oop. Where have you gone? Right, we'll skip through a fair few of these as well, just because we've seen the team in action, and we've seen the relics in action as well. So with the artifacts that we put in place, it's become much easier to wipe these enemies out. So we're nearly up to level 80. And then at level 80, we will change our team lineup in accordance with the buffs that have been laid out within the game's framework. What I mean by that, we can get that damage reduction hopefully now. Imp Hex, cast Curse. If you don't know what Curse is, it reduces attack by 100%. So we can, in fact, if we wanted to, we could take out Leandra. And we could put in Elune to counter that. But I still think Leandra is a better option overall than Elune. If it was something disabling, like for example Solomon with Bind, we could take out one of these units and replace them with a Bind counter. Now we require Monarch synergy to gain additional dodge, so we're going to change our team lineup once again. We will go over to our Monarchs here. and what we're going to try and do is build a Monarch team. In fact, I think what we're going to do is we're going to build an ethereal, not an ethereal, a Glorian's Monarch team. So we'll pop Lee in the front here. Go ahead, quick deploy our relics. Yep, basic attack, that's fine. Yep, crit res and max HP. Take you out, and then we'll increase damage output as well. Monarchs typically not known for their high damage output. So the relic choices that we do have: spear, just because it's a standard. We do have the shield for help for Audrey, and then we have the Hand of Tyr as well, because it's such old reliable, I would call it. We do get the 40% dodge in there as well. And we do have 2 Verdian synergy mates within the team as well, within Lee and also with Lily and Leah. And every time a Verdian synergy mate attacks, or the synergy activates, so we get that additional hit with, say for example, Lee, or with the twins, we will gain physical and magic defense increase. So it doesn't seem like we're going to be in too much trouble here. We did get shields removed, but we get them back with Lily and Leah. And Audrey to steal as many shields as we possibly can. Halissa to take out a lot of the opponents here.
Smashing through. Smashing through.
And then Lee to hopefully finish things off.
Is that it?
So that's the team setup, that's how it works. Lee is a very good addition to this team. For me personally, I think that he does require runes to be properly effective, because his runes will check after this. So his runes increase his HP and also his defense. So if you have his gold exclusive runes, he will increase defense by 5% up to a maximum of 1000%, which is quite a high number, and additionally increases defense by 10%, maximum increase of 1000, and increases max HP by 10% with maximum increase of 1000. So if you do get his runes, I think he's going to be very effective, especially his red runes to increase that HP, especially in combination with Halissa's red runes as well. So Halissa's epic runes increase Monarch synergy mates by 200%, and then her red runes increase max HP by 500%. Now what we're going to do is just going to jump straight in, or jump straight back in, should I say. We'll skip this one. We'll watch the next one because it's 85 and it is a boss mission. So we'll just have a watch of this. Now, this is the one that I was talking about. It casts Bind. We haven't countered it, so I think we do need one of these units in here to counter that Bind. Otherwise, it's going to be a very tough fight. And I think I think Victoria is going to be our best bet. And the reason I think Victoria is going to be our best bet is because, where's she gone? Let's go ahead and activate the season synergy. I know we don't need to, but we will, just for the purposes of this. Now she's a Monarch as well, so we will get the Monarch buff, and she does counter. Now the thing that you have to realise about these counter effects for these bosses, like with the bind effect, it is very important to make sure that your speed is up. Now, to be fair, I don't think the bind will have any effect on us, and the reason for that is because we are running a Glorians team, and Glorians do have that control immunity. Now, bind is a control effect, so if you're struggling against a team which is binding you, or applying sort of a banish effect, where your units aren't, aren't able to... Yeah, you're right, was that it? So if they are applying that type of effect, Glorians will hard counter any sort of control effects for the first 4 turns. In the latest season, in this season 4, the Glorian synergy will also last for an additional 4 turns. So it is just something to keep in mind that you will be immune to those bind effects for 4 turns if you're struggling against a Solomon type unit. It's a very powerful effect to have, is that control immunity. Now it will also work against Talinath. So Talinath, when she attacks, does her ultimate, she will stun. So she will stun your entire team. The only way to counter that, realistically, is to have a Glorian setup as well. So it looks like Lee here, putting in the most work, doing the most damage. So now this is the Holy Shield effect. I don't suspect it'll be too bad. We do have Audrey here. Now Audrey is, when she attacks, she will debuff the Holy Shield. So she removes the Holy Shield from all enemies, as we just saw them, and she'll steal the shield of the enemy that she does attack. So with her, if you get to round 2, she would steal all of these shields as well. So we can see the Holy Shield stats have been applied, and then what we want is for Audrey to dispel them, and then to steal that shielding as well and grant it to our other allies. We get Lee here, hopefully, to finish things off. Yep, looks good. And then we can move on to the next synergy, which is Avengers. Okay, so this final boss will be an Avengers team, but what we're going to do is we're going to run an Elysian setup, and the reason for that is because all of the best Avengers units are within the Elysians framework. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add in the case here, or the chest, and we'll choose our 3 Avengers, which for me is Mavis, Selene, Gianna, and those 3, and then we've got Dahlia. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. And what we will do is go ahead, pop you in. Where's the Avengers one? There it is. Increase our dodge, and then we'll put in damage boost as well. Where have you gone? Here we go. Right, so I think that should be good enough. We should see Wukong pop off here as well. So this is an Elysians team, but we still get the conditions met for 75% damage reduction, because we do have our 3 Avengers through this team. So here, got Wukong. He does put in work on the weaker stages, and the reason for that is because he can attack multiple times and build up very quickly when enemy units do die. And we do have a Phantom sub-theme in here. So we've got 2 Monarchs up front, so as you can see. Working very well, and like I said, the Phantom sub-theme kicking in. So it's every time a unit dies. This is the team that Lee was built to counter, or not Lee, that Wukong was built to counter. In that, when he does kill a unit, so as you can see, we're doing massive damage with Wukong's basic attacks. It's a very powerful effect. So we'll skip through the rest of these. Or should we? No, we'll watch this happen, because I do want to see how well he performs against this particular team. So this is 4 Phantoms. And a miss there, unfortunately, but I think he would have carried on had he got that extra hit in. So all of our relics popping off. We do get the second activation, and then we get the spear. And we get a second spear. No, we get a second chest though, hopefully. No second chest. Is what it is. But we do get Lee to swing in. Now, as you can see, they're not reviving in between. So the Phantom Synergy doesn't kick in between Lee's attacks. So it is all just one continuous motion here. So as you can see, doing 10 hits every single time, which is getting us that additional damage from Wukong. And I can see why people think he is, what the devs were intending with him, especially with crit damage, I think. Sorry about that. Just had to get some live stuff out the way. But back in now. Got the same team, exact same setup. And I think we can go ahead and skip these now until, so as you can see, Wukong popping off again, dealing with it within one round, so we're not missing too much. And now this one, Lachesis, so she casts Heal, and she also applies Revitalize, which will restore 50% of max HP every round for 2 rounds. So effectively, they'll restore 100% HP if you're not doing damage to them. But I think we will be able to do enough damage in this instance as well. So let's go ahead and have a look. Now, the counter to this would be having your own Lachesis as well. Also having a Gwyn, because if you'll watch it, you'll see in a minute what I mean by this. So it's Lachesis on this applies the Revitalize very late in the turn order. She applies it sort of last, I believe. The only one slower than her is Gwyn, and what you want to do is you want to apply Gwyn because he's got such a low speed. He does actually counter this very well. So we get the double attack, Wukong triggering once again. And unfortunately stopped because the enemy's health are so high, because it is a Monarch team. So Janna here putting in a little bit of work. Get a bit of lag there as well, actually. So she does the double. And prime time for Wukong to come and finish things off. Perfect. So we get these sweet bronze coins. I think we can just carry on with this synergy, but I am going to skip through. Same team lineup every time. Don't need to change anything because we're winning very quickly, especially with the addition of Wukong onto the team. The Elysians team didn't really need a direct damage dealer because they already have Sal. In the later game, so if you're getting up to rounds 10 to 15, Sal is putting in sort of 100 million damage with every attack. So it is a very, very powerful thing indeed. Now, we'll jump into this. I'll watch through 99 and I'll just show you. This is one of the most difficult teams that you do come up against. And the reason for that is because of the Phantom synergy. So there's 5 Phantoms on this team. So you do need to kill them multiple times as well. So Lee here not doing nearly as much damage as we've seen him do previously, but building up quite quickly. Able to take him out doing crazy amounts of damage. If we hadn't got that miss then, it would have been much easier, I think. But we do get our relic activations, and we'll see how many relic activations we've got here. So I think I need to restart. My phone may be overheating a little bit, just because of how powerful the team is. No, I'm just joking. It's because it's absolutely roasting. Yeah, but is what it is. So Lee here to clean up. Oh no, Lee. I keep calling him Lee. So we do get Wukong to clean up here. And he is a very hard counter to this team. It's a very powerful effect against them, especially when he's doing so much damage on his attacks here. So we get the miss, which triggers the basic attack. And then we're doing 14 million per basic attack. What an absolute animal. He really is. And then Janna, even with ultimate, getting nowhere near the damage that Wukong's able to do. We get Phantom Synergy kicking back in. And then with these two down, he triggers the death effect. So we do get the double attack. And then again, it's getting quite ridiculous, this damage that he's putting up. And we're only in round 2. So just something to keep in mind here. And that's it. So that's stage 99. So we just have stage 100 left, and we'll go through that right about now. So this is the Cursed Bride. This is the upgraded version of Emily. First things first, the mercenaries she employs, immune to all damage, but once the enemy performs a basic attack, it'll lose 1 HP and gain the ability to damage reduction of the Cursed Bride. So effectively, they add damage reduction when they lose HP. When the enemy deals basic attacks, the boss loses 1% of its max HP, it's immune to all damage, and attacks one random enemy, dealing 100% damage and losing 1% of its own HP. When the enemy unit deals a basic attack, is immune to all damage. So that's the Toxic Spider. Now, the Cursed Bride will deal 50% damage to one random enemy. She'll randomly apply Deceive. Now, Deceive, during the effect, misled units will use their basic attacks to attack their allied units. So could be potential Wukong kills our entire team, but we'll see about that. So boost attack by 2000% for 1 round, and they'll attack basic attacks. So quite a tricky opponent. Attacks all enemies, dealing 90% damage. And for every 2 allies lost, it loses 20% of its own HP. When the enemy revives, their defense will be weakened by 30% for 2 rounds. And finally, from round 10 onwards, all allies receive max HP revival effect. Permanently increases crit resistance rate by 50% and reduces damage taken from critical hits by 50% as well. So the longer this fight goes on, the more powerful this boss becomes. But I think this team setup is absolutely fine. I think the key to beating her is this relic here. Also, this artifact here, after triggering dodge, retaliates with a basic attack against the attacker during battle, and we'll just show that off now. So I think this is a win, because we do have the damage reduction, we have all of our good artifacts, and as well, when the enemies do attack, we will trigger the dodge mechanic and retaliation effect. So as you can see, we get that 1% off, and Sal taking the 1 damage off each spider as well. These spiders don't have too much health, but it looks like after all of the effects have triggered, we'll get that. So that's -1, and Wukong gonna pop off as well. We do get our relic activations. Do we get double? No, unfortunately not. What about double chest? No. Double Hand of Tyr? No. Unfortunately, oh, we do. Double Hand of Tyr. Very good. No double spear though. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We do get double chest though, so we'll take that. And then we do get the switch effect, so all of our units now are going to be doing their basic attacks. And then Janna to do the miss as well. So this is should be over in sort of round 2, round 3. As long as we are doing basic attack, so we just need to wait for them to do a basic attack, or maybe potentially Wukong just to finish things off. So the enemy's lost a lot of their HP, and then that's it. So we're all done here. Dahlia to do 100% of the damage, with thanks to the Avengers relic or Avengers artifact in there. We get our sweet D&D heroes. So I would say out of this list, Karnak is probably your best bet. If you've already got Karnak up to 8 stars or 9 stars, then potentially Lachesis after that. Macaria and Gwyn can be picked up from other shops. So for me, it is those two. Either Karnak or Lachesis. Now that's it for the Abyss section. We're going to move on to Nightmare over the next couple of days, and then eventually on to the Hell difficulty as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you think I've missed anything or you want to discuss anything, please let me know down below in the comments. And if you like the video, please do, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Alright, you have a great day. Thanks for watching.